Hello everyone, welcome to season 1 finale of Hard Fork, where we talk about all things crypto, everything blockchain. When we started this show, there was a lot of buzz around the crypto industry. The RBI banking ban, closure of exchanges, a proposed law to completely ban cryptocurrencies, and authorities giving completely naive statements. What did not come out in this buzz was the work already done or being done in the blockchain industry. And when I talk about blockchain, it also includes cryptocurrencies. Now, call it a cryptocurrency or an asset, it hardly matters at this point in time. But the efforts of the people associated in the industry should not go unnoticed. Hard Fork is an attempt in that direction. We wanted to pursue this talk show in a seasonal format, and every season working around a central theme. The theme of season 1 was getting India started up on cryptocurrency and blockchain. Every episode was aligned to the central theme. What is that India needs to know or do to get started in this industry or improve for this industry? Today is the season 1 finale, and we will close the season with the hope that whoever sees these episodes gets some takeaway from them. We did have some takeaways. I am grateful to the amazing thought leaders who came to my show and answered my questions to help clear our doubts, give some insights and inputs on what an individual needs to be in this space. Let us discuss some of these highlights of season 1. The first important factor is to know whether the industry we are getting into has a legal status in the country or not. We met Varun Sethi, founder of Blockchain Lawyer, to understand this better. We asked him if cryptocurrencies are legal in India or not. This is what he had to say.
There has been no clear decision or information or guideline by the government of India or any other government body stating that cryptocurrencies are illegal. However, there has not been even a single notification stating that crypto assets or virtual currencies, so as to speak, being illegal. I would say for a normal person who does not want to get into the intricacies of law, cryptocurrencies or crypto assets, more correctly stated, or virtual currencies per se is not illegal.
So while a lot of be aware of the risk kind of notifications were given by RBI, they never mentioned that cryptos in any form are illegal. Despite this, RBI declared a banking moratorium on all crypto-based transactions. So you cannot buy crypto assets using your banking channels. This is when Varun did a brilliant job of raising some RTI queries to RBI and asked some fundamental questions to clear the air. The RBI response were all in the negative. No internal research was done before the banking ban, no committee constituted to discuss the ban, no external consultation was taken before this. In a more controversial reply, RBI said that FEMA laws or Foreign Exchange Management Act laws do not apply to cryptos. That could have meant that you can send limitless money using cryptos outside India, and it will not be limited to the $250,000 as prescribed under the liberalized remittance scheme.
So we are asked whether remittance of crypto funds also falls within this restriction of $250,000. So they stated that no, FEMA laws currently do not apply to cryptos.
Now hold on to your thoughts. This needs a little more study and caution. Watch this episode to know more. Every startup needs money to run, and there are investors who are willing to put a lot of money in blockchain-based projects and companies. India, however, lost out on the lion's share of world blockchain investments. According to some data, last year, Indian companies got only 0.5% of the global investments in blockchain and crypto projects. But that did not deter our guest of the second episode, Mohit Mamoria, in making bold investments. Mohit has a very unique and radical outlook on how to generate capital, and in a very candid manner, left the startups with some advice.
The world is like that. Capital is the easiest thing to get.
Oh, is it?
Capital is the easiest thing to get given that you do of certain things.
Now, this is something not many investors say. Capital is the easiest thing to get, provided you do certain things.
A lot of people that you see, getting capital is difficult for them because they're trying to still stay in that safe zone and first try to get capital, then jump in. While if you jump in with the conviction that you have in your idea, all any investor would want to say is your conviction in your idea.
So if you want investors to look at your business, you must show conviction and immerse yourself into your project, and things will start changing for you. In fact, this year onwards, things have changed and investments have now started flowing into Indian teams and projects, and we will see a better recognition globally. The RBI moratorium on banking services led to closures and exits of exchanges in India. But this also led to innovations for the crypto community and in the crypto trading space in India. We spoke to Ankitt Gaur, founder CoinFox, on how the crypto trading landscape has changed over the past year. Despite this ban, crypto trading volumes first fell, but then steadily started to increase. This and for some other reasons, there was a filtration of sorts in the type of people coming into crypto trading. As Ankitt sums it up in this one line.
So if I have to conclude in one line, today only those people exist in crypto who believe in crypto.
So filtration is good for crypto trading in many ways because that changed the way India does crypto trading. The number of traders has actually gone up.
People who are trading and the amount of though the amount of tokens or the value of tokens which have been traded have gone down, but number of people who are trading hasn't gone down, and this is a global numbers. You can check it on CoinMarketCap. Numbers have actually gone up.
Ankitt has also very candidly advocated prudent profit-making trades. Why should one wait for the right price to make a profit? Plan your trade, plan your exit profit much in advance, and make a profit as and when it comes.
Psychology is common, right? So there are a few things that we talk about. We talk about specific points. For example, greed is good, but don't overdo it. So which means like you should always look for profit. If you're not booking profits, you're not doing anything. You're just fooling yourself.
The last thing I'm going to leave you with for this episode is a quote he made which really caught my attention. He said, "Greed is good, but don't overdo it." There is still an air of hope in the country. Many startups are mushrooming and they are trying their hands in blockchain technology. We spoke to a startup founder, Vikas Singh, to get a story on starting up.
We were very focused on to just making sure that we do not die in the first year.
So the focus was not to die in the first year and keep working to build the company. But then there were challenges. Here is a word of caution from Vikas when registering your company.
You have to be very cautious about what you are putting in your description of your company, as like what you will be doing in the company. They ask you, so MCA wants the description.
Yes, they do.
So yes. They do not, you should not put anything related to cryptocurrency, ICO stuff in that.
He goes on to suggest that one should take professional help to register the company. Vikas mentioned a couple of key things about starting up.
Team is your first product in a startup. Your team is going to be always your first product. So always make sure that you have a right set of people. It's not about talent. Talent can be groomed, but the major part of it is like how they understand your vision.
So the team is important. They should identify with your vision. He also said that it is important to keep updated on your chosen blockchain technology path and do as much freelancing as possible to get a hands-on experience in blockchain development. Crypto media houses in India have an uphill task. We need them, but they do not have much support even from Indian companies. We spoke to Naimish Sanghvi from CoinCrunch India on India media reporting, its challenges, and what ails blockchain media in India. There is a marked difference in the manner in which we see blockchain reporting happening on foreign news websites vis-a-vis those in India. And there are a couple of reasons which Naimish pointed out.
The reason that the Indian media is lacking when it comes to cryptocurrencies blockchain is for two reasons actually. One is the lack of opportunity. If there are no regulatory frameworks around cryptocurrency, nobody will be interested. So that is one, right? And the second is that the funding.
I asked him about building a reliable crypto media house in India. This is what Naimish had to say.
I would say that we need someone to pitch in. Someone of the likes of say a Paytm Shekhar Sharma, right, or Vijay Shekhar Sharma, or someone of the likes of another big startups to because these guys are angels themselves, right? So they should push for this content, right?
So money is hard to come by for a blockchain and crypto media house like Crime Crunch. We hope that they get some money flowing in soon and we keep getting great coverage of global blockchain and crypto news. In the 6th episode, we spoke to a great community ecosystem builder, Akshay Aggarwal from Blockchain India, and in this episode, we spoke about creating communities. Adoption of a new technology like blockchain requires missionary-like efforts to not only build an ecosystem, but also to evangelize the tech and create talent. It all starts with creating a community of believers around the tech. But it's not an easy task to build and sustain a community. The number one challenge in building communities is that you don't get paid to do it, and someone else gets to make the money on your efforts.
I think the number one challenge is, we in India are right now, a lot of us are focusing on putting food on the table, right? And that's not what communities will get you. Community is not going to earn you money.
So while you are game in contributing and creating impact for a group, the biggest inhibitor in building a sound community is you yourself. This is what Akshay had to say for it.
The biggest, sort of inhibitor is the person in you who wants to make money, and this is about impact. So if you have impact goals, if you're a social being, that is when you should go about doing this.
So if you're looking to starting a community around this tech in your area, start a conversation with at least one like-minded person. Do it regularly. You will see the group growing in no time. The 7th episode of Season 1 touched upon a very touchy topic, income tax. Crypto assets are liable for taxation in India, contrary to popular belief. We do not need crypto-specific laws before we start paying taxes on our crypto transactions. Income tax laws have been very smartly designed.
The income tax law was very smart when it was being drafted, that they understood there could be hundreds of different types of transactions which could take place, and it would be impossible for them to list all of them down, or to probably anticipate that this is a new structure which could come in place later and that we need to amend the laws. So they kept the tax law very simple. They said any income or gain whatsoever from whatever income source is taxable.
So that was Anoush Bhasin from Quagmire Consulting, who specializes in crypto-related taxation. The Income Tax Department in India sent notices to 5 lakh people to explain their crypto dealings. But the question was, does the IT department understand blockchain and crypto?
So I've had a lot of dealings with income tax officers. You'd be surprised to know they understand blockchain, DLT, what is Bitcoin, what are altcoins. They understand foreign exchanges, Indian exchanges. They know about your software wallets, hardware wallets. They know about paper wallets. They are completely up to the mark when it comes.
So they're in sync with the entire happenings of the entire blockchain technology.
Yeah, absolutely.
Technology, right. So the department is well equipped and well authorized to ask you questions related to your crypto transactions. You have to ensure that you have all your data in place, and Anoush has this advice for all of us.
I would recommend all of you to have your data, maintain proper data, contemporaneous data, which means every 2 or 3 months do download reports from your exchanges or wherever you're trading, and do maintain a proper track, because in case anybody asks questions or if the tax department asks questions, the only way you can prove something or the only language they understand is documentation or proof.
Thanks Anoush for your advice. We are hoping we have better regulatory clarity in the times to come. Watch this episode for more information. There have been numerous crypto scams and frauds in India in the past 3 years. In this episode, we spoke to Mohammed, Danish, a seasoned lawyer, who was not very positive about our legal system. He said the police is not trained enough to understand any technology, let alone blockchain or cryptos. They do not understand terminologies or documentations like screenshots, wallet addresses, Bitcoin, hash rate. The higher you go in the hierarchy in the police, the better are your chances of someone understanding your predicament. It is comparatively difficult to register a crypto fraud case. This poses a problem for the community, But you can take some steps to ensure you are heard and can register a crypto fraud case. This is what Danish had to say to all of us.
I always tell them to collect the documents, all the documents which they consider to be relevant in the facts which they are alleging, because we have to support our allegation.
So, if you are a victim of a fraud, ensure you have all the documentation and evidences in place, use the help of a lawyer and register an FIR with their help. The last episode in the series was with Sunil Sharma, founder of SquadX. He has been building some great projects on blockchain. He had some good advice for those who are planning to or are already doing blockchain related work. He mentioned that it is important to do market research and find the trending businesses and locations where blockchain is being adopted. I asked him about the jobs in this sector. This is what he had to say.
So there are opportunities, amazing. People are just looking at wrong place, to be frank.
So, there are job opportunities, but people seem to be looking at the wrong places. He was also in favor of hiring freshers, training them into blockchain engineers and developers, and use them in the kind of projects that you want them to do. The theme of this episode has given me the impetus to create another series with the same theme, which we'll come to shortly. So these were the highlights of the season 1. It has been an amazing journey these past few months in creating and hosting the first season of Hard Fork, India's first TV talk show on cryptocurrency and blockchain. We will continue to talk to people in the industry, in India as well as overseas, and do whatever we can to improve awareness and advocacy of this industry. We have published a thought leadership document on these 9 episodes where we have highlighted the many thoughts and ideas and advices of our guests. Write to us at hardforktalkshow@gmail.com for a copy of this thought leadership document. We hope you have liked our series. Thank you for being part of our journey. We will look forward to seeing you again soon in a new series with new thought leaders. Thank you. Bye-bye.